Bronwyn, this internal identity crisis that the Liberal Party is going through, and we've heard about net zero and what Susan Lee has done today, I'd just be keen to know, there's people inside the party that think you can't drop net zero because you need to win back the northern beaches, the eastern suburbs, the affluent seats in Victoria that are now won by Climate 200. Now, one of these is your old seat of Mackellar. What say you to those people that say you cannot drop net zero if you want to win back those seats one day?
We tried that in 2 elections and failed. I held that seat for 22 years. And quite frankly, the Teals bought those seats. I used to run a campaign, I think, for about $100,000. I think when the current member won it, it was something like 1.2 million. And you can repeat that. So money speaks, and money speaks in this whole debate. And with getting rid of net zero, it is like lifting a yoke off the Australian people. It has been like a quicksand, drawing people in and drowning them, and their standard of living going with it. Now, this gives an opportunity to get out there and fight for the future of this country, and it's about time too. It's not an internal problem for the Liberal Party. It's found some steel for its backbone. You think, though, that you could sell this new policy to those affluent voters who don't have cost of living often as their number one? It's all about climate change, firstly, because that is the real question. For 2 elections in a row, you've had them say, we back this. These are people running on a climate change platform, and you've backed net zero. Do you really think the Liberal Party can sell that to Well, if
these
that's
voters?
the dominant issue, why would you take the second best offering? Why wouldn't you stick with the one you've got? You've got to get out there and fight for what's really in the best interest of the nation. And let me go back to a campaign I ran back in 1987-88 for Nick Greiner. We won seats in the west of Sydney, which is where I had put my office as president of the party, where I put an office when I was senator, because these people have aspirations for the country, for their kids, and they've been ignored for too long. Look at Melissa McIntosh out there. She is strong and for her people. That's where so much of the future of the Liberal Party lies.
Penny Wong made some interesting comments today. She said that the Coalition's decision to dump net zero is showing disrespect to the Pacific. Have a listen to what she said.
The Pacific's view of the Coalition's approach to climate policy is well documented, and it became has become emblematic of the Coalition's disrespect for the Pacific. The Pacific regard climate change as their number one issue. So when parties ostensibly of government in our country do this, or make jokes about water lapping at the door, or demonstrate to them that they simply are not prepared to act, what the Pacific take from that is disrespect.
Well, what about our own interests, Bronwyn?
She's so disingenuous, isn't she? I mean, she knows very well that one of the things that those Pacific Island states want is for Australia to stop exporting fossil fuels. And she knows that both parties, all parties in Australia, know that cannot be done, and that pays the bills. That's what keeps our country going. So she is so disingenuous. Everything that she has to say, it's looking down on Australians. She sits up there, look how superior I am. The epitome of a mean girl, I think.
What do you make of the comments she also made earlier, likening the Liberal Party to a fringe party now? She said it's going by the way of one nation. How concerned do you actually think that Labor is now that energy policy is actually back on the national agenda again?
This is the thing that's so important. It hasn't been on the agenda. They've got away with blue murder. Now the accent and the acid will be on them. How many times have we asked, how much, Mr Albanese, is your policy costing us? How much does it cost to build these great stanchions and replicate the grid? How much do all these solar panels that are not even connected to the grid, how much is all that costing us? And they all say, oh, well, it'd be more expensive to do it the other way. Well, it won't. This is the most expensive piece of policy we have ever seen in this country. And furthermore, it's all off budget. We've got $1 trillion of debt on budget.
That's it.
And we've got trillions of dollars off budget.
That's it.
1.3 trillion just to replicate the grid.
And they won't tell us how much. They won't tell us.
They
It's
won't.
all cabinet
But
in
now,
confidence, commercial in confidence.
and it's got to stop. We're back now where we can discuss the issue and the acid can be put on them. They can't get away with not telling the Australian people anymore.
Just very quickly before you go, what did you make of Susan Lee's performance today and in the last week? And has that bought her a bit more time as leader, do you think?
I think she did well. I think she did well. She's got a policy, she's got a position, she's got the party together. She's out there to sell it.
So what do you think of Angus Taylor doing a little one-on-one with the Sunday Telegraph today? Anything
He's determined to get his point of view out. Good on him. This is, when you're opposition, the more voices you've got out there, putting the point of view, the better.
Yeah. Well, look, fair. It's a good week. It's been a good week, let's be honest,
Yes.
for the coalition. It's been good to see finally policy, migration next as well.
Absolutely.
So
They're the two issues that really matter in this country.
Exactly.
Because migration isn't only about housing.
Yeah.
It's about why people are lying in emergency wards on the floor for
Absolutely.
24 hours because there's not room in the hospitals.
Spot
It's
on.
why teachers are going out to schools where they're not properly equipped to teach the kids that they have to teach because suddenly you have to find more of them. It's why nurses are under pressure. It's why you can't even go and get a driver's licence in an easy time because you've got a whole lot of people converting to get Uber licences.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is just a Ponzi scheme.
It absolutely, it certainly is. Bronwyn Bishop, good to see you as always. Thanks so much for joining us on the show. Really appreciate it.